Let's start that stream going. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome. Hope you're all ready for a great trading day. I know I am. It is Wednesday. I almost said it's Tuesday. It is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, July 2nd. We got Futures Fever today at 11:30 on Benzinga. That's going to be a great show. Guys, for Futures Fever today, I think the topic I want to cover is supply and demand basics. So we go over some supply and demand basics. I'll show you guys how to mark it out on different time frames and how to read a chart with those time frames as well. Yo, good stuff, Oz. Dude, that's so cool. All right, let's see. So let's take a quick look. Let's do our morning breakdown. Let's start with our ES and see what's going on. So guys, the first thing I want to note on ES is check it out. So we'll delete the support and resistance. So here's our previous day low, previous day high. We've already taken out previous day high overnight. So that already is a little bit of a green sign that, hey, we might still hold bullish. Something I do want to see is how we react towards this previous day low on ES. And we're going to check our supply and demand, see if we have any demand zones that line up either above, below, or right with this previous day low. So let's check the 4-hour time frame. I don't see much. 3-hour, nope. 2-hour, not really. 1 hour, nope. So it looks like it's just going to be this 15-minute demand. So I do want to check 30-minute, 45, even 90-minute as well, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. And I'm really not. So 15-minute, we saw it formed on Monday. It held up on Tuesday. Now, does it want to hold up for a third day here on Wednesday? That's what I'd like to know. So we're going to keep an eye on that, and we'll see how that wants to play out. Let me make sure my gain is up on the mic. Beautiful, beautiful. Good morning, everybody. We are ready to let it rip today, guys. So I like this demand zone on ES. Here's our volume profile, too, right here. And this volume profile was marked from Sunday, so this is our weekly volume profile. And what we see is we have low volume to the downside with demand, low volume to the upside. So we'd look to buy the lows and sell the highs. So again, anywhere below the 62.35, I'm looking for buyers to step in. Right over there. Would like to see if buyers could step in. We double bottomed over there yesterday on Tuesday. So I'd like to see if longs want to step in and hold that previous low we just created. Let's take a look at NASDAQ now, because NASDAQ's actually going to have some more bearish development, right? And the reason for that is because it already broke that yesterday's low. It even broke Monday's low. So I'd watch for this demand zone, 22,550 on NASDAQ, and we could check Bookmap too to see if there are any passive buyers sitting down there. 50. So I don't really see, I see a little bit. You see how it goes from 3, 3 to 16. 3, 7, 3. So it has a little bit of a divergent in the sense that it's got some more strength to it at that level, but nothing crazy like this. So we'll keep an eye on it when price does get near that point. Let's see. Now I'm definitely considering deleting some of these broken supply zones just so we could start fresh with our ranges and our zones. So let's take a look. Let's do our daily time frame, do our top-down analysis, same situation as ES. Now something to note on NASDAQ, guys, is NASDAQ took out previous day low already. So where ES already took out previous day high, NASDAQ already took out previous day low. So we know that if we're looking for shorts today, NASDAQ has more relative strength to the downside. If we're looking for longs today, ES has more relative strength to the upside. So let's check our 4-hour, let's check all of our time frames. Again, we have our 4-hour demand zone right here, which is where I'd like to find some buying pressure. I'm going to take a quick screenshot of that so we could post this as sort of our before chart. Delete this level as well. Copy image. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. Happy Wednesday, July 2nd. Wednesday, July 2nd. If you're here on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We're going to do our pre-market prep now, and then when the New York session opens, we'll find some trade setups. I do want to take a quick look at NASDAQ before I finish up on NQ as well. First, though, I want to put that screenshot in our watch list tab. And we're going to gold, we'll do NASDAQ. So NASDAQ dash NQ. You need to push to talk. NASDAQ slash large cap tech has been relatively weaker than the S&P 500. So if we do find some selling pressure this morning, I will most likely be looking for NASDAQ shorts, period. However, we're running into a pretty strong 4-hour demand zone at 22,550, and I'd like to see if we could find some buying pressure around that price level. So again, just giving it a little bit of a rundown. Guys, I want you guys to be doing the same thing every morning, whether you do it for yourself, you do it in your own private Discord channel, you do it in like a notes tab or something. Take a screenshot, do your own personal write-up, and sort of look at it as a before and after situation where you say, okay, well, this is going to be my before, right? This is my screenshot. This is my pre-market prep. I think this is going to happen. These are the zones I'm watching. And then after, you could say, okay, well, it looks like we did hold this one. Why did it hold? Where did it hold? And how can I continue to use setups like this? How can I make this great trade plan that I had into a setup that I could look for routinely in the market? Yo, good morning, guys. Good morning, Leo. What's going on? Yup, let's get you funded today, bro. Yes, sir. So let me just edit this right up real quick, just so it's correct. S&P 500, so if we do 4-hour demand zone. I like that it writes it out, because I really wanted it to write out 22,550. And what we'll do is we'll do the little squiggly, I forget the name of it, but it means about. Great. Good morning, guys. YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday for our community on YouTube, and Monday through Friday for Discord. QBT stock, tell me, but yeah, I got you, QBTS. So guys, we're going to do a quick stock analysis because we got a question about a recommendation for a stock. So we'll do that, and then we'll get into some gold and possibly oil. So we were looking at QBTS, D-Wave Quantum, okay. Really no impulse moves right off the bat that I notice. Okay, so it looks like, okay, so we had some buying pressure here. We tried to we took out this previous day high on a gap, but immediately once that market opened, we sold off. We were not able to hold this. We got back within the range. We did trade back above that high, which is usually a bit of a bull sign. The only way I would take longs on this one, who asked about Facts channel, is I would see if we could get above this previous day high first, and then look to see if you could ride that up to that $16 level, right? So if we get above 1532, then look to see some volume setting in as well. Target that $16 level on QBTS. Other than that, not too much going on here. We have an area of demand right over here. You see this worked as support when we were above it, resistance when we were below it, and we were range bound when we were within it. So 1420 might be a pretty good area also to buy QBTS. All right, let's take a look now back at oil and gold. Now, oil and gold are very important to me because if ES and NQ aren't giving us good proper setups, oil, gold, these are different markets that will have different setups for us. Different markets call for different market conditions. All right, let's take a look real quick at Market AI. S&P 500 futures. Let's see, pulls back slightly after record highs amid trade and tech sector uncertainty. Now let's take a quick look at tech as well, because tech is a huge driver, and that's going to be our large caps today. So let's see. Look at our daily real quick, and just see that how Meta was just at an all-time high. Microsoft has been trading near all-time highs. Apple is not. Apple's lagging. Amazon is not. Nvidia was. But now Nvidia is pulling back into an area that I had as support. So I'd like to see Nvidia actually hold today, especially because a lot of people are probably going to be shorting with the momentum from yesterday. So if I know a lot of people are just trying to catch that continuation, maybe chase the trade because they might have missed it, then I know that we might find support there. Same with Meta. If we're looking at Meta over here, check this out. We had our range on Meta between about 682 to about 704. And then we broke the range over here. We retested it. We held as support. Now this is where we're opening at the moment, 714.23 on Meta. So if we can move lower towards that 707, I would like to find some support there. Again, just because we're pulling back these past couple days doesn't mean we're in a bear market. We're still creating higher highs and higher lows. So we want to make sure we're trading with that trend. So that's Meta. Let me take a quick look on the 15-minute, or the 5-minute, I should say, and just see what's below previous day highs, what's above previous day lows, or other way around. Meta below its previous day low. Microsoft below previous day low. Apple is actually above its previous day high, unless this was, nope. Apple above previous day high. Amazon within its range. Nvidia is trying to push below its previous day low. So a lot of equities are suggesting bearish at the moment. But again, once we break that out into a higher time frame, a lot of these equities were also at a support zone. There's NASDAQ with a little momentum there at 9 o'clock. Look at that, guys. They pulled the orders. We got a weird spike there, about 30-point spike on NQ. And I'd like us to chop around over here. So when markets open, I want to see a manipulation leg lower towards that 22,550, and then I'm going to look for longs down there. We could see, let's see. We'll take a look at some NASDAQ longs down there. We'll see how the strength is. We'll see if any levels line up on Bookmap. We'll also take a look at ES as well. Like I said earlier, ES has a bit more momentum to the upside today. Well, the past few days, really. Let's see. I don't think we set up gold yet. We could take a look at gold too. So gold on the daily. We see that yesterday we broke previous day high and we closed green. Today we haven't broken previous day high yet, but if I'm looking for that trend, the trend of breaking previous day highs, then that is what I would be looking for. I'd be looking for us to take out this 3370. And I remember yesterday 3370 was a pretty strong level on Bookmap. It isn't right now, so that's great. We have some support being built down here on Bookmap around 33.52 on gold. Now let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame. I'm going to delete this demand zone right here. I'm actually going to turn it into an area of interest because I do see that even though we broke it, we still held it as support and then even held it as resistance a little bit here if I went to a lower time frame. Let's see now, 3-hour. 2-hour. Not seeing much here. All I see on gold at the moment is that we did reject the supply zone yesterday, 33.66. 33.66. So I'd look to see if sellers want to step in there again. I do see 33.37 worked as a pretty strong key level last night in the middle of the night. That's something to be aware of. I do want to see if there are any demand zones in here. On gold in this blue zone, I don't see anything. We could delete that Bookmap level, this BML right here at 33.20 because it is no longer relevant. We could see that 33.20 is no longer a Bookmap level. We do have some new Bookmap levels though we can keep an eye on. So let's see. Not really. 33.35 is the closest level we've got, 33.35, and that's right near my key level 33.37. So now something I might look for on gold, here we go guys, is I might look to see, okay, do we want to take out, overnight we took out that low, we rejected, and then we reversed back to a new high. We took out the highs. Can we get that same price action where we go take out this low around 33.37, hit or hold that Bookmap level, and then go back towards these new highs again? That would call for a setup almost like this on gold, and that could be a really clean trade right there if we could take it, right? If it presents itself. So this is what I'd be looking for on gold. And also, previous day high wasn't taken out yet, so that might even work as a nice target. We might get a really good risk to reward on gold today. Let's add an alert. Let's just be prepared. And guys, guess what? This trade setup, it might not even work out. So something I'm also going to look for is I'm going to mark this zone out right here because this was a zone that worked as support. So if we want to hold these lows and we want to stay bullish, I don't want to miss that either. So I'm going to make sure to add an alert around 33.43. That's right at the top of this range. And I want to see if, okay, can we then move lower into that 33.40 area and hold those lows, and that would also be another setup I would look for today. So So just like that, 2 setups I'm looking for on gold today. Take a quick screenshot of that. Get it right up. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Discord. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday. Oh, sweet. All right. I like that on gold. Definitely going to keep that around on gold, guys. And guys, don't forget Futures Fever today on Benzinga at 11:30. Guys, join for a chance to win a free Apex Trader evaluation account. Do a free giveaway every week on the show. Usually I have Peter Tuckman and David Green with me, but they're working out some stuff on their end. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be me again today. And for today's show, I'm going to go over some supply and demand basics. So that'll be pretty cool, pretty helpful. Let's take a look at oil, see if oil's giving us anything. Now guys, oil is one that I mentioned for a little while now that even though we had this wild sell-off, I'm still bullish on it if we could hold above 64.40. Now, we took out previous day high yesterday on oil. We pulled back and we still closed green. We already took out previous day high today on oil, so I'd really only be interested in longs. But we'd have to sort of see where we're trading at. Because right now, if we do look at like a 2-hour, a 4-hour, whatever the case is, we see that since last Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, now here we are on Wednesday, for a week's worth on oil, we've been extremely range bound. So it's poor price action, no A+ setups, no breaks. Every time we try to break higher, we push back lower. Every time we break lower, we try to push back higher. So we can mark out if we wanted our Monday. So we'll mark it from Tuesday, from Tuesday's futures open, and that's going to be 6 o'clock right there. And we see that, okay, well, now here's our volume shelf. Now, if we wanted, we could even zoom that in a little closer. We could bring it to, let's say we even just want to bring it to when this range began, like somewhere over here, where I know we haven't had any breaks. Okay, well, we have low volume to the upside, so I'd look for shorts up here. I'd look for longs down here. Same situation as what the trend in the range has been giving me. Well, let's see, gold looks like it's trying to hold up. 5-minute, 15-minute, any 15-minute order blocks or anything of interest? Not really. 30-minute supply zones up here, not really either. So I'm being patient on everything right now. We found some great setups. We see gold, we see ES, we see NQ. GC, gold. 2 possible setups on gold today. Either near support around, what did we say that support was around 33.43? Or off a failed breakdown of 33.37 dash 35, because remember 35 is that bookmap level. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. YouTube, you're forgetting that like button this morning, man. I'm doing giveaways and whatnot. We're doing some trade setups and everything. Y'all can't hit the like button? Alright, so we have a 30-minute, this is a 30-minute supply up here on oil. Let's mark this out, S30 minute. Let's delete this old volume profile that I had marked out there. Alright. Okay, so we're sort of cooking on what's it called, oil right now. This was an area of resistance that broke overnight, so this is where I'd like to see us hold as support. Now, unfortunately, with oil, we're stuck, I always call it, between a rock and a hard place. We have resistance above us, we have support right directly below us, so there's like no range in between. There's 10 cents in between, not even. There's probably like 6 cents in between. Let's see. 7 cents in between. That is not a range we want to trade on oil. No, sir. So what would we do? Well, we could either take no trades at this point. That's the safest route. Or if we were interested in some type of position, then long positions would be the trade. And we'd look for longs off of this blue zone right here. Because this was an area that worked as resistance. We flipped it. Now it's trying to hold as support. We do have a pretty strong level on Bookmap here. 65.91. 65.91. That's pretty deep. 65.91. That is in this area, though. So I'm interested in it. We'll take a look. We'll add an alert, and we'll see what happens. Add an alert, and just sort of wait and see. Wait for price to react. Never try to jump the gun. We can check to see if we have any economic data as well. Hey, good morning, Robert. What's going on? Yo, Leo, that's the way to start the day right there. Alright, let's see. ESNQ, anything we're missing over here? Not really. So you guys could sort of visualize here on the hourly why I'm interested in longs down here, right? Because this area was a good area of support before we had this rally all the way to the upside up here, 300 points. So what am I looking for? Am I looking for 300 points? No, I'm going to be a bit more reasonable. 146 points, that's still a huge trade on the NASDAQ. So listen, we're going to let the market play out. We're going to let the market present a setup. We're not going to force anything, and that's just the way the cookie's going to crumble today, and whether we get a good trade or not is all going to depend on what the market presents us. We can't force anything. Hope is not a trading strategy. We just got to take it cool, calm, and collective. See if there's any supply or demand here on NASDAQ, any zones that formed yesterday. Yesterday, man, this 30-minute supply right here from pre-market, that's wild, dude. What a sell-off from it. That's crazy. 214, 230 points to the downside on NASDAQ there. Right now, however, look at the 30-minute. This is something that really intrigues me right here. 30-minute on NASDAQ. We're going to mark this with our box tool, so I know it's a very recent zone. But if this 30-minute wants to hold, so look how we swept this previous day low. Now the current 30-minute we're on is this green candle. The prior 30-minute is this red candle with the wick lower. And this could be a demand zone if and only if the buyers are able to close us higher on this 30-minute time frame. Guys, check out, this is oil here on Bookmap. They pulled these passive bid orders at 65.90, and now they are not sitting there. Now they're sitting at 65.78. So really nothing on oil right now. We can take a look at NASDAQ here on Bookmap. NASDAQ pushing into an area of support. So again, this is where I'd want to really see buyers hold us so we could push higher on this 30-minute time frame. Because if we could close somewhere higher up here, I'll look for a retest of this blue zone as an order block entry. If we don't, look at this guy, seller step in. So if this 30-minute doesn't close higher, and we close somewhere over here, then I'm still going to stay patient for that original trade setup around 22,550. We could see if we had any economic data today as well. Today's Wednesday. Nope, nothing of interest. We got some oil. Oil going on. All right, let's see. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. So this is NASDAQ. Take a look at gold. Gold's pulling back right now. Really just waiting for gold to pull back towards 33.43. NASDAQ, I'm not taking any longs here myself. This could be a point that wants to hold. I'm okay with being patient. I'd much rather be patient and have a bit more odds or probability in my favor on the next setup than trying to force a trade here when I don't have the odds or probability, and then it runs against me and I go, oh, I should have been patient. Alrighty, good morning everybody. What's up, Charlie Mike? Yo, yo, yo. Let's see, Ozzy asking 62.30. 62.30 on ES. Yeah, look at that, 62.30. Big buyer sitting down there. 62.30, that's right in my demand zone. That's where I'm looking for longs. Looks nice, looks nice. Good eye, Ozzy. Could even, just to target this next pivot right there is over a 4-to-1 risk to reward. Yo, what's up, Mike? Good morning, good morning. What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good today. I know I am. It's a great day to have a great day. Whether you take a green trade or not, whether you stay patient or not. If you take 2 losses, at least make sure you know how much you're risking on those 2 losses. That's all we can do as traders. All we can do is limit our losses. The wins will factor in once we're set with limiting our losses. Now let's be patient, wait for markets to develop a little further. There goes oil, trying to find some support in here. We do have a 5-minute fair value gap. If we wanted to use, we could take a look at volume profile here on oil. Now guys, the reason I'm putting the volume profile right here randomly at 6 o'clock and not at the futures beginning, I mean we can, but the reason I was doing it like that before is because that's when we had this impulse move right here. Excuse me, right here. So when we had this impulse move, there was a lot of low volume down here, right? Volume wasn't able to get filled once we started to skyrocket at that point. So I would look to see possibly again 65.98. We have previous day high right there too. This might be a good support zone on oil today. Now guys, don't forget to, when I'm doing these setups, I'm giving you guys some of my analysis, what trade setups I'm looking for. Make sure it lines up with your own analysis as well, or make sure you see, okay, Kevin's saying this about oil, let me see why. Or Kevin's saying this about NASDAQ, do I agree with him? And if you agree with me, great, definitely take the trade with me. If you don't agree with me, maybe take a screenshot, take a quick journal, see what happens, and then you could say, okay, well, Kevin was right about this because A, B, and C, and I was wrong because I thought A, B, and C. Or, okay, Kevin was wrong, I was right to not trust this setup because this happened. And again, once you start breaking these things down, once you start truly reviewing some of these examples, you're going to see a strong impact on your own personal trading. Let's see. Dude, I hope I have some of these gems ready to drop during Futures Fever today. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. It is Wednesday. Let me get a, what's it called? A post out there. Onto our socials. There we go. ES and Q trying to pull back. Now, again, me personally, I want us to move lower because I wanted this demand zone to be hit on ES and also the NASDAQ. So for my 30-minute demand zone, I want it to fail. I do want it to fail, but I'm prepared for it to hold, right? We want to be prepared for every direction when it comes to the market. Alright, good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Oh shit, what'd I just press? What'd I just press there? I just put everything away. My phone fell on my mouse. I don't even know what button that was. I couldn't do that again if you paid me to. Like every monitor, everything just went away. Gotta pull them all back up. That's fun and convenient. That's a convenient button if you're doing something you shouldn't be.
Let your cat play around on your keyboard and find some interesting stuff.
Yeah, right? What do you mean you could clip something you've seen already? Oh, that's funny. I just realized on my NASDAQ write-up, I did NASDAQs, and then I said NASDAQ / large cap tech, and the voice memo thing actually wrote /. Like, thanks. That's super helpful. AI is not advanced or anything nowadays. I'm gonna wait for 2 points. Yeah, you just gotta wait here, man. Just gotta wait 10 minutes till market opens. We got a little time on that. Oil's not even really presenting anything of interest. Just gotta be patient, my guys. Gotta be patient. Dude, I miss Random in here, guys. He's busy. He's got work stuff going on. But I'll keep our flow going, right? We used to say with Random, we're either going up. Or going down. Yes, sir. check our 15-minute time frame. So again, same situation on oil too, or the 15-minute as a basing right here. But this green candle has to close somewhere above this price level, and then I'll be bullish going forward. Without that, it won't be. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Alex, Blackfoot, Blackmon. What's going on? EC, Concentrator. What's up? What's up? We getting some potatoes today, or what? Let's see. Leo saying he's looking for 22,581 and 22,783 around there for either long or short. I mean, as long as it's pushing this volume. Yep, we'll see. We'll see.
What up?
Hey, what's up, Jeremy?
Not a whole lot, man. Just watching one of my swing trades start to take shape.
Nice, nice. Whoa, oh, right. Let's see. Leo, 22,580, 22,580. Right, gotcha. Yep, good point. That's right near that previous low we just made. So that's why I have 22,551, about 30 points below that low. And 22,783, 783. Okay, that's interesting. Yep, that was a point of resistance last night, right? So overnight session, we had some resistance right in this level over here. Now, I don't have it as a supply zone. I don't see any, like, basing candles up here or anything really telling me this might be a good point for sells. So we'll take a look. We'll see how markets want to react, and we'll see how markets want to trade into the New York session open. Gopala. Ozzy, I thought you won last week. They're telling me that somebody named Gopala. Gopal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Concentrator. Yes, sir.
I've heard of a band with that name, but
Ozzy, you didn't use a different name with when you logged in, did you?
there's a bit of a descending, broadening pattern on the open here that I'm thinking might fake us out on the open.
Yeah, we have our trade plan set up for today, Jeremy. We'll see. Good morning, guys. Guys, don't forget, join me for Futures Fever today on Benzinga. I'm going to get that link over for you guys so you have it. Because I do a free giveaway there. Get a free Apex Trader evaluation account. So here we go. NASDAQ trying to hold this. I'm telling you guys, if NASDAQ could open above this like 45 point on this 30-minute, I would look for us to pull back and hold this blue zone as support. If we can close within this blue zone on the 30-minute, I really want to see us make a move lower towards this 4-hour demand zone. I really, really do. Alright, let me get that YouTube link for you guys, Futures Fever. And guys, I'm going to be hosting another show on Benzinga soon too, and that's going to be a midday market recap. So it's going to be awesome, guys. I asked them, said, can I have my own show? Can I have another show? And they said, hell yeah, you can. I said, yes, sir.
Good stuff, dude.
Yes, sir. Yeah, super cool. Super, super cool. Would love to join. That would be 6 p.m. for me. I'd be parenting. Yeah, sure. Nope, I'm on the Apex right now working on it. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I don't know, Ozzy. I don't know why they're telling me a different name. Guys, here's the link to Futures Fever in the Discord chat right now. And I'll also put that in the YouTube channel as well. You guys could join that. Again, it's going to be from 11:30 to 12:30. We're going to go over some futures markets, and we're also going to go over, I'll go over some supply and demand basics, too. It'll be pretty cool. Again, I'm still new, but what I see is that that was the last high point with rejection. Yep, yo, you got it. You got it, Leo. You're absolutely right on that. I was just saying, me personally, I like to look for a supply or demand zone to form at these highs and lows. When I don't see one form, it usually can suggest that we either want to break the high first or we want to break through it and it won't hold. But regardless, if you're doing just analysis of support and resistance, this is a great point that worked as support yesterday overnight, and then it worked as resistance during the New York session, and then overnight last night as well. So that is a good point in an area of interest to watch. 4.5 minutes till market opens, everybody.
What's this email about?
They just want your social security and stuff like that. Dude, if I knock my phone over one more time... Alright, Benzinga. Benzinga at 11:30. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Give me half a second. I'm just putting together a little tweet about the Futures Fever. Alright. Alright. We gonna learn today. You and Ryan are hilarious. Oh, yo, you watched that, Blackmon? Oh, did you join Bullishbrs from the... You found us through Benzinga? That's so cool. Yeah, we had fun last week. We did Friday and we did Monday too. But that was cool, man. Yeah, I like to have fun when we trade. It's important to... I always say it's important to have fun with whatever you're doing, whatever you're learning. Now, of course, it's also important to not have too much fun where you're not learning and not paying attention. But when we're really intrigued by something, something really grabs us, and we're able to sort of enjoy the learning curve, enjoy the process, that really puts us ahead of everybody else who's sort of making themselves learn. Like, oh, I have to learn this. I have to learn this. No, we want to learn this. When you want something, your drive for it is a lot stronger than when you feel like you need to force something. Yes, we all need to make trading work, but we want to make it work. Market's open in 2 minutes, guys. Market's in 2 minutes. Oz, you didn't join... You couldn't have won that Apex account from the other show, right? From the the Trader Bacon show, did you? Because they also do a giveaway there too. They do 3 account giveaways over there. We'll see, guys. I'm excited. Either way, I'm excited for today's price action. Excited to do that giveaway. Excited to go over some supply and demand basics with you guys later. It's going to be a great day. Market's open in 1:40. Even if we don't take any trades today because the market doesn't present anything, it's going to be a good day. Period. Now let's take a look at, here's ES, and I wanted to see if we have any passive buyers anywhere. Now, current market conditions are looking more along the lines of wait for markets to develop and give us a setup like 15-20 minutes in. Especially because we don't have any economic calendar events today. That's good. That means we don't have to be out of a trade by 10 like we have been the past couple days. Guys, don't forget it is a short week this week. Markets are closed on Friday. Whoop whoop. Boo. Boo. Markets are closed. Boo. How am I going to make money in the market if the markets are closed? Well, futures markets are actually open till 1 p.m. Eastern, just so you guys know. Volatility will most likely... it's going to be a little up in the air. It's usually not the best when New York session markets are closed. However, sometimes it could give a pretty steady trend because it doesn't have that market volume as well. So again, something to consider. Go pull. Market opened? Alright, markets are opened. And we did get that 30-minute close that I was looking for on NASDAQ. So I would look for a retrace to around 66.40. ES didn't hit that demand zone though, so we'll just wait and see. Probably let markets develop a bit, see if they want to create any low volume shelves, anything of interest.
I've got 22682 as a scalp target on the open here.
What is it? 2-2 where?
682 on a Nazi.
The Nazi. The Nazi boo. 2282. Nice, nice.
Big old volume gap there to see.
Yep. I'd wait. I'd just sort of let markets develop. I wanted to see a pullback towards that 640 first on NQ. We'll see if we get that. Ooh. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hope you're all doing well today. Here's our pullback. Dude, where's my... There it is. Now, how are we trading NASDAQ right here, right? How are we taking this long if we end up taking this long? A little bit of something I'd be looking at right here. Towards VWAP. There we go. Good support off that 655. $85 possible target too. There goes 75. Careful now, because look how weak ES is right here, guys. ES is pulling back. NASDAQ's holding strength. I had ES demand at 62.35. 62.34, I should say. Good morning, YouTube. Guys, smash that like button. I do appreciate it. Is free support. Go live on YouTube here Monday, sometimes Wednesdays, and Fridays for our community on YouTube, and Monday through Friday for our wonderful community here at Bullishbrs. I know, Ozzy, I went back and looked at that screenshot too, and I was like, Well, do you remember if you joined the giveaway on that other one? Because if you did, it might have been them. Because they do 3 account giveaways on Trader Bacon Show. I only do 1 on mine. They used to do none on mine. I had to ask them. I had to get that approved. I stick my neck out for you guys because I love you. All right, there we go.
What a build.
Nice. NASDAQ hit that 85. Pretty strong passive seller up here. We're going to be patient. May have. I enter every... Cool, man. Cool.
I have my limit order at 682.
Nice. Yes, finding some support. But I didn't really have a big bid sitting down there. I'd be patient. ES doesn't have much support holding this right here. NASDAQ just hit VWAP. We're near our open price. I'd wait. Weighted index is pushing higher. I'm not in any trades. I do not see any good setups at the moment. YouTube guys, run that like button up. Let's get that up to at least 10 for now, and then we'll work on 20 afterwards. Getting some Discord messages. What's going on? Oh, nope, just Signet. Closed most of my... Oh, do we have any? Let's get our headlines up, too. Gotta move my mic out of my face. Hamas says it sees an agreement that will end the Gaza war and achieve Israel army pullout from Gaza. That's pretty major, 4 minutes ago. Studying new ceasefire. Says it's an agreement that will end the Gaza war and achieve... It's this same one. Okay. Nothing that would really affect our personal markets that we trade. So we're just going to wait. I'd like to see ES towards 62.35, 62.35, 62.30, major buyer down there. I gotta get some music going. I'll start singing for you guys. La cucaracha. No, I'm just kidding. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. What is up? Smooth, Siva, Ryan, Vincent. Good morning, guys. Kavitha, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Getting some education in today. Look at, guys, the weighted index down here is rallying while the ES is pushing lower. So, again, I want to see ES come towards 62.39, 62.34 would be my demand zone. 62.30 is where we had that level of volume. So we're going to see, guys. We're going to see. Let's also take a look. Is gold not near our entry point? Oil chopping around, waiting on ES and NQ. Waiting on the ES and NQ, guys. We are being patient today. We're patient traders. Guys, it's important to write down and journal not just your trades, but your emotions in it, right? Something that you'll notice is that your more successful trades will probably come when you feel more bored in the market, right? Where we feel like we're being forced to be patient, where we have to be, I say, a bored trader is a successful trader. If you're just sitting there, you're waiting for your setup, you're not feeling FOMO, oh, we're moving lower, I gotta take this short. Oh, it pulled back, it stopped me out, I gotta take it long, I was wrong. Oh, it pulled back lower again, it stopped me out again. Don't be chasing markets. Read the market conditions. Do a little analysis to yourself out loud, almost like what I do on stream, but with yourself. Say, okay, well, NASDAQ's much stronger today. If I was looking for longs, I'd take NASDAQ. Looking for shorts at the moment, ES has a bit more bearish momentum. Pre-market was the other way around, right? Now, at this point, markets are giving us a new clue, a new sign, and we have to take each sign for what it is. 6236 passive buyer on the ES down there. That's right above our demand zone. So if we could pull back on ES there, find some support, I'm taking those longs. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Good week this week. There we go. NASDAQ with some beautiful strength. Remember, I was looking for the 30-minute to continue, and that's exactly what we got at that 30-minute market open. Because remember, this 30 closed higher. I wanted to see us retrace to this order block. We didn't. We continued without the retrace. NASDAQ off of the key level to the open price at 22,694. This current candle high is 22,697. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Guys, if you guys ever have any chart recommendations, you want to look at a stock, a specific ticker, definitely let me know, too. I don't just cover futures. If you guys want, I could do stocks as well. Alright. Dude, I didn't realize, Leo, if you're still in here, I didn't realize the song you threw over that IG story, man. I like it. Wanna have a good day. Alright, oil pushing lower. We could see if we have any passive bids sitting here. We see we filled one right here, 35. But it had enough volume to fill it. I'd be patient. I'm not a fan of oil today. I want ES in demand. If we don't get that, I'm not in any trades. NASDAQ continuing. We could use our volume profile and put that up on our 930 candle. And don't forget, guys, market just opened. It's only 8 minutes into market open. People who trade the orb strategy, they have to wait 15 minutes just for their opening range break to develop, right? Then they have to wait maybe another 5, 10, 15 minutes to get that breakout, breakdown, or if they're looking for a double break, they might even have to wait longer than that. So let's just be patient. Don't force anything into the market. If we're not at our levels, our designated zones or spots to enter, don't force anything. If you're scalping, that's another story. You probably have different setups. If you are maybe looking for zones, highs, lows, stuff like that, then right now, sort of in the middle of nowhere on ES, NASDAQ definitely has a bit more momentum behind it. We have 55 seconds for this 5 minute to close. Let's check our footprint chart on NASDAQ. And see where our, look at that. So volume's continuing to push higher. That is great for the buy side. There's oil with another dip. That's why I said I wasn't too comfortable with oil. John, that's a good question. John had a question for, is John in here? John's not in here.
He's in the main chat. He was asking
He's asking Sig what he was looking for on on NQ, yeah.
Overall, it's a bear flag until proven otherwise. But if you look at the topping pattern that's behind it, that's more significant.
On NASDAQ?
On NQ, well, QQQ is what I use for my charting because, as I've always said, it's just easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
typically bearish unless it breaks its fib, and then it can actually end up being bullish.
We're gonna have a good day, 'cause all my homies gonna ride today. Nas with some support here.
I tend to ignore shorting these until they prove that they're going to be bearish, because statistically, they've only got like a 60% chance of follow through to be bearish.
Yep. I like this 90 that we're retracing to here on NASDAQ. I'm not taking it long. I'm not a big fan of this, and it might be a good spot to go long. I'm not a fan anymore of this current market condition. So there's the break of it. If we start holding, I'd maybe take it long. But we're not even holding, man. No trade setups right now. We're going to wait. We're not going to let Jeremy pressure us, guys. No.
I'm a scalper. I don't swing the NASDAQ much. I have this week, but I rarely do that. Most of the time, I'm like in and out in minutes.
Yep. All right, we're just waiting. We didn't get our demand on ES. We didn't get our order block on NASDAQ. Just got Chop City. Look at this low volume shelf on NASDAQ around 630. 630. This is where I'm looking for NASDAQ longs, right over here. We're going to make this yellow, so we're aware of it, because I just came to say yellow. And we're going to see if we can find some buying pressure up in here.
Toxicity of your city. Sorry.
HOTTOGO, that's okay. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well today. Happy Wednesday. Wu-Tang Wednesday today, ladies and gentlemen. Throw your woos up. Cash rolls everything around me. You know the drill. This is where I was considering Nas long, so we got back above this 92 here. And I was going to put my stop around 85, but at this point, we dipped a little too far for comfort. Not a fan of it anymore. And again, I could be wrong. It could continue. VIX is at a low, pushing lower, which is bullish, but it is at a previous session high, which could hold as support. There we go, VIX pushing lower again. Weighted index. Here we go. Yep. No, definitely no shorts here. Our bias this morning at the moment is bullish, but that doesn't mean we want to go long at these highs right now. Let's see. Meta with a pretty strong rejection back to the lows. Microsoft new high a day, Apple new high a day, Nvidia was trending higher. Tesla had a big spike this morning from 302 all the way to 320. It's currently trading around 310. So a lot of equities are trying to make their way towards those previous day highs. So again, I'm looking for NASDAQ longs around 22,636.
Still got a runner on from 641, so I'm chilling.
50 is a pretty strong area here on Bookmap. Right here, 650. But we'll wait and see. Still like DS. Guys, if you're here on YouTube, our community is pretty cheap to join. It's only $50 a month. You get full access to our Discord community. Again, I go live Monday through Friday here on Discord. I like to get started usually around 8:30 to 11. I know the past week or so has been a little tough on my schedule part, so I've been starting around 8:45. But that's usually the gist of it. And we have some pretty good trade setups. You know, we look for gold, we look for oil, NASDAQ, we check our equities, and we just sort of make sure that we're not missing any major setups that could be hitting. So here we go, ES pulling back. Some resistance on ES to the upside here. Trying to find some support, but I'm not taking longs at every sign of support, or else right now we're chopping. I don't want to be doing that.
Don't get caught up.
Don't get lost in the sauce, guys.
That's what's known as a rig up.
It's a stick up. Let's see. I almost want to try an ES long here, stop at the low we just created in case buying momentum just continues, but almost and in case isn't a trading strategy nor a trading setup, so we're not taking that trade. Weighted index is continuing higher. NASDAQ definitely still has strength, and guys, that's okay. If I spot what could happen and it happens and I'm not in the trade, can't be upset at ourselves about that, because if it isn't in our setup, it isn't in our playbook. Not taking the trade is following our rules. Meta had a pretty nasty turn that past 5-minute candle. So did Tesla and Nvidia. Microsoft pumped up. Microsoft's near $500 a share. It's at $493 right now. That is mind-blowing.
I know it. That sleeper just kept on climbing while everyone else was looking at other stuff.
Yep. Gold pulling back still. There's a nice spike on ES and NQ there. Again, like I said, it looked like we wanted to continue. I'm just trading with the trend, but I wasn't taking that trade myself.
Alright, Tesla, what you gonna do?
I like that Discord update where it's got like those little icons next to people's names, like the initials or whatever. It's interesting.
Yeah, they're doing all kinds of fun stuff lately.
That's cool. But then I could check what server you guys are in. Hey, Amity. So check this out, guys. VIX just hit a key level and had a spike back higher, which is sometimes a bearish indication. So I'm going to be patient. I'm still not in any trades, and I do see a lot of selling pressure up here on ES between 48 and 50. Like, just an idea, just a thought, nothing crazy.
Next fib level is 22,760 on NQ.
Yep, I got 737 next closer target, but then yeah, 780, very good.
Great minds.
CVD's pushing green on Bookmap on ES. We're pushing into these sellers. We're holding. Guys, don't forget, if I see a trade setup that I think isn't going to work out, and you're like, what do you mean? Of course it's going to work out. If you have confidence in it, you take your own trades. The only common denominator, guys, in your trading, whether you're trading with me, trading with Jeremy, trading with ICT, trading with the man on the moon, is you. You're the only one hitting that buy button. You're the only one hitting that sell button. You're the only one setting your own stop loss and risk to reward. Take the information and education for what it is, but know that you're relying on yourself. Do you ever look at the DOM? The people I know say they don't need indicators, but all of yours seem helpful. So this is Bookmap. Bookmap sort of resembles what the DOM would show in different styles. So it shows sort of what the DOM shows, the level 2 shows, the time and sales shows, but with Bookmap. Indicator-wise, I don't use any indicators. The only indicator on my chart is VWAP, and I barely use that. We're still, look how range-bound we are on ES here versus the strength we've had on NASDAQ. Oil pushing lower. There we go. Gold's finally giving us a little something too, man. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's see. ESNQ, gold. ES has that resistance up here. NASDAQ probably does not have much resistance. Oh, it does have a little resistance that formed between 27 and 32. Guys, give me a half a second. Just grab my water. Yap so much. Gotta stay hydrated.
You'll probably set for the middle of that volume node about 768.
Alright, let's see. I could check our point of control on the footprint chart here too. It is continuing higher.
Set my limit order to go right in the middle of that volume node at about 768.
Yeah.
I'm long from 22,641, so
Nice.
it's my runner.
Nice, nice, nice.
once I set my limit order to exit at a target I like, I'll still hover over that eject button because if things turn against me, I can just bail for a profit rather than taking a stop loss to the situation.
Yeah. Guys, I'm probably going to be looking for like 59.25 maybe as a possible short entry on ES. If we find selling pressure around this 50, take that short and look to target that demand zone. But I got to be careful with it. I'd need to see NASDAQ with some weakness too. And obviously that has not been proven today. VIX is still... And another thing with that short is ES at resistance with a VWAP and a key level, and VIX is at a key level as well. So we'll see if we could push higher here. Want to see it push towards 50-50. We've just been slowly making our way higher. Volume's been continuing higher as well.
Ye old melt up.
Yup. Nas continuing, love it, beautiful. When we melt up like this, I like to be extra careful because you never know when somebody pulls the rug on this melt up.
Yeah.
You know, like usually if we have good momentum, we got good trend, we got good volume. We don't see chop on one and continuation on the other.
Right.
Weighted index with some weakness. ES is definitely struggling to break towards that 50. Come on now. Oil. Nothing. Gold almost there. So because we have all these different setups that we're looking for, guys, we could be as patient as we want. Microsoft took a bit of a sharp turn off of 493. It's now at 491. Weighted index is struggling. So again, if we get up here on ES, we find some selling pressure right in this 49.50. I will take it short. We will be careful on that. Stop loss is at 22. I'll let you guys know if I take this trade. Definitely not an ideal trade. I would want NASDAQ being a little weak with us too. We do have this point right here of resistance. Not entirely awful. Just really not A+ right now. It's really not. See if we spike through it.
Got a passing grade, but it's no valedictorian.
Oh, ha ha. That's funny. Guys, look at this, guys. Glad we didn't take anything on oil today. That thing is just dropping like a tot still.
I said that in the most Jersey way I could think of.
Joyzy. Jeremy, you take me for a big Jersey Shore fan.
No. Well, you mentioned Jersey Mike's earlier, so I was like, well...
Oh, yeah.
we have those here. They're not bad.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's pretty good. Better than Subway, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, by far.
Catch the Subway workers getting their cold cuts from the back of a supermarket's dumpster.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Subway's alright.
Scabway, eat flesh.
Scabway? That's hilarious. I never heard that one.
It's a parody.
Scabway.
Now, there was... that joke goes way back when, like, somebody... I don't know, I guess they filed a complaint that they found a Band-Aid in their Subway sandwich.
Yeah. Oh.
Gross.
Alright,
So,
back to trading. Nasty.
back to trading. I don't want to think about that.
NASDAQ running in some resistance up at this 22 up here. 27 was that possible target to the upside. It's a point away from it. There it is. There's 27. But ES is now struggling too. We could check point of control on NASDAQ. Is still pushing higher. Would not take any shorts right now. Still too many signs saying bullish. Not taking any shorts. Not enough signs giving me an entry for bullish. Not taking any longs. Might look to see if NASDAQ wants to break this high right here, around 37, and reverse with ES finding some resistance too. But look at how we're sort of tightening up here on Bookmap on NASDAQ into this big seller around 730. Yo, I mean...
I've noticed a couple of things with the volume shelf. If you look at QQQ and you include the overnight trading hours, it aligns with the Globex, of course, on the NQ. But if you turn off the overnight to where the session ends at 8 and then picks up again at 4 a.m., there's a shelf that tends to appear, and it aligns with the volume shelf on NQ right now, from 22.710 to 22.725.
Yeah.
It's the same shelf. It's kind of weird. And then you can see where the Globex shelf is up above that, and there's a big volume gap between here and there.
Yep. All right, check it out. We keep dipping away from this 7:30 zone. I'm not in any longs. I'm not in any shorts. I'm in patient mode still, guys. It's only 9:55. Markets have only been open for 25 minutes. Just gotta wait. Gold. 33.44. Okay, cool. 33.44 on gold. I have my order block area at 33.43. So again, adding a couple alerts up here so when we dip into it, if we dip quick and start to reverse, I'll be able to switch over real quick and look for that trade entry on gold. Gold above previous day high? No, not yet. Okay, interesting.
Break support, I'm going to have to hit my bailout button.
Not much going on here on gold to work off of. There we go, gold with some selling pressure. ES and NQ both pulling back still. Waiting. Look at guys, VIX pushing higher off of that key level I mentioned before. So ES didn't give me my short around 49, but it did end up rejecting this strong area up here. So I guess 47 would have been that entry, 50 would have been the stop loss. But that's okay, we're not taking it. It wasn't at any of my zones anyways. Oil with another dip lower. Oil, I think, broke previous day high though. Oil did break previous day high, is now trading near its opening price level. Alright, NASDAQ back up against this 30. I'm almost considering NAS shorts up in this zone because I don't know if this was a 15-minute or 30-minute. It was a 15-minute. We had a 30-minute yesterday that was a super tight zone like this one, and it gave us a wild sell-off. And again, always looking for the market to sort of repeat itself. 15-minute closes in 2 minutes. 15 is looking like it could hold bullish on ES here, but we really need to see how it wants to close. We have 2 minutes left for that.
Market does love the rhyme.
Yes, sir. No reason. Look at oil volume starting to pick up down here.
Energy is going to be an interesting sector for the rest of the year, I think.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, dude. I can't agree with you more on that. Twitter not working? Is Twitter not working? Why, what happened?
You'll break.
Is Twitter broken? Or you mean like live stream wise? Might mean live stream wise. I usually don't go live on Twitter. I usually just do live on YouTube. Yo, what up, Kyle? MNQ long from 693. 693.
Twitter might be
Nice. Nice pullback entry, dude. Good job. Crude oil is at a major area of support here with all these passive bids. So it's like this could possibly be where oil tries to turn around. Here's the 15-minute. Waiting for that 15 to close on ES and NQ right now. We close somewhere down here on NASDAQ. I will maybe look for a retest and a short up in that yellow zone. Look at this, guys. Real range bound between 30 and 08. 22 seconds left. Weighted index is weak. Amazon just jumped off a roof. Meta new low a day. Apple pulling back. Microsoft pulling back to VWAP. And Tesla new low a day.
Yeah. Tesla is on the 50 period, though, so.
All right.
Not the daily.
That looked pretty clean to the downside there. Make sure our point of control is pushing lower now too. Make sure our volume is pushing lower as soon as it wants to pull up. Can it please pull up? Please hurry up before we pull back so I know if I should take this short. Thank you. A little bit. Alright, we'll see, guys.
Thank you, but just a little bit.
Yeah. NASDAQ possible shorts off of 25, stop loss 35. So shorting it with these big passive sellers up here. Do a quick time frame analysis on it too. 15-minute rejection. 30-minute was continuing. That's our biggest red flag on any shorts right now, is that the 30-minute is trying to continue higher. But let's see. I like that the weighted index got weak. I like that a lot of equities got weak too. Alright, NAS is moving back up here. I might be a little more patient and wait for the reaction and take the entry a few points lower so I can make sure we react to it first. Alright, there's a push into it. Starting to get strong here. Weighted index holding up. Equity's pretty strong right here. I'm gonna try it. See if it fills me. Oh, it didn't fill me. Come on, please fill me. Don't reject. Okay, it filled me at 722. Stop loss is going to be at 32 in case we do want to just like blast through. I'm okay with taking a stop loss on this one. I'm just shorting it with this rejection. I'm shorting the high of this range. I'd like to target even just the low for a few points. I want to see those sellers step back in here though on NASDAQ. Even that right there is 6 points on NQ, but let's just wait.
Spin a bar. Target is right across the middle of that gap zone.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's stop hunts here. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Stop loss is 32 right now. Stop loss is 32. So right 33 I should make my stop loss. 32.50 stop loss. I want to see us hold this zone up here. I want to see this be a fake out.
It could be a liquidity grab.
It's trying to hold though. Be very careful, guys. Never risk more than you're willing to lose. Buyers definitely had momentum this morning. If we break this zone will then become support, and we'll look for a retest of this zone for longs. But it looks like we're trying to squeeze through it right now, so be so careful if you're in any positions.
This is one of those breaks you don't chase because it can quickly get liquidity grabbed and run the other way.
Yeah, no, definitely. 100%. Like, I wouldn't go long at this point. I wouldn't go short. I wouldn't go short at this point. I am short at this point, but it's looking like it wants to break. Yeah.
Wait for confirmation, not just a break.
Yep. No, wait for confirmation for an entry, but to get stopped out up here is probably going to happen. 32 is my stop loss. A point away right there. Very close. Probably going to hit it. Yeah, there it is. Stopped out of NASDAQ. Stopped out of NAS. Let's be patient. Let's wait. ES had resistance up here too at 50. But weighted index has some strength. We just broke 37 on NAS. Let's see how ES wants to react. Let's just be patient. A lot of buying delta. Gold didn't give us our entry. Oil chopping around.
I still got my runner at 641, so if I take a profit at 741, that's 100 points, yo.
Nice.
Ain't gonna complain about that.
Alright, we broke these. We want to see if we want to hold this point or break it. We're just staying patient now. See if we get a good setup. No, I meant it's not working. Oh, I don't know. I haven't used Twitter this morning. I'm not a big Twitter guy. I'm an Instagram
It's
fella.
not working.
What's that?
It's broken. I can't log in.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, Twitter.
No Twitter.
Elon turned it off.
Maybe.
Come on, NQ. Come on, ES. Give us something. I knew this was a poor quality setup. Shorting 49, 46 range. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I might look to see. Let's see. I mean, ES is really giving us crap this morning. There's no doubt about that.
And Q's been beautiful.
And Q's been, yeah, pretty nice to the upside for sure. 100% on that. I'm just having trouble finding this entry on longs.
It's tough. If you weren't in
I think
already,
it's just popping. Yeah. Now it looks good, like, to just continue. But I'm not one to chase the highs. I'd like to see maybe we could... I'd like to see us break above this yellow zone and then retrace into the yellow zone for a long position. But if we don't get that, we could reject it.
The retracement is always going to be the higher probability trade.
Yep.
That old half-back rule, man.
Let's see. I almost want to try these longs right here. Stop loss like 5 points below on NQ. But with that rejection point on ES, I don't know, man. We're at a tough area. Not a fan. Hi, little guy.
I'm going to push for that 745 real quick. If that closes a wick on any time frame, beware.
Alright, a little buying pressure. Here we go. 40's getting close. There's your 40. Boom! There you go, Jeremy. There's your 100 points.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That's
Yes, good support. Good buying pressure.
Might finish the move.
Yeah,
Might go to 6-8.
I'm not a fan of this price action today. It's just been a slow grind up. Really barely any good pullbacks.
The 946 1-minute bar says we got half a bar on this move right here to this target.
Yeah.
If we go for a full move, that takes us to, it doesn't take us to the 768, it takes us to 755, but if we can get a little more momentum here above 740, we'll make it. If not, we reverse here and run for a half back down to like 705.
Yeah, I want this to be the support on NASDAQ here to continue higher, this dip right here. But it's a struggle. Let's see. Come on, Nas. Find some volume on equities. Let's pop higher here.
Tesla started making a rebound move.
Nice. Here we go. There we go. Give us a little volume, a little strength. I'm in a long on the retest of that yellow zone, like I said before, guys.
Tesla's looking for 315 retracement.
So my entry's at 39. My stop loss is at 30. 3.9 point stop loss. I'm not a fan of the price action up here, but definitely more of a fan of longs than shorts at this point. But let's just be a little careful, be a little patient. Clearly sellers aren't giving up here.
No.
VIX trying to push lower still, which is bullish. But it is at a key level still. Failed to make a new low a day, which is a bearish sign. I might just lock in profits on a scalp on this long if we get another pop. Come on, give us something. Weighted index is weak. I'm out of this. I'm not trusting this at all.
5-minute candles looking to close a doji here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is garbage right here.
Yeah.
This is where ES shorts, though, were looking good.
Yeah. I'll give the NAS time to close this 5-minute and we'll see what we get.
I'm going to be careful on this ES short, but this is where I did want to see a rejection. My stop loss is going to be right at the high we just made at 50. It's at 52. Entry's at 50 right here. 2-point stop loss on ES. It might just go stop me out right away because of the buying pressure, but I wanted to see us reject these big sellers up here. But look at that, guys. Buyers are holding us.
10 seconds on that 5-minute candle.
Yeah, we might pop for these last 10 seconds.
Holy hell, they're going to give it a bar. Tootsie Roll. Let me see that Tootsie Roll. All right, we'll give a quick high wave to about 750. And
Weighted index with the rejection. Be careful here. I do think we might want to pop higher again, though, on ES. CVD's green. Really not a fan of these setups today, guys.
We got the Tootsie Roll close instead of the Doji close, man.
The Tootsie Roll. Yeah, I know. I got out of Naz Longs too soon on that scalp.
The wick on the top and bottom are about equal, and the body is in the middle, shaped with a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking this ES short. What am I talking about? I'm going to exit right there. Markets are clearly bullish right now. I want to trade with the trend. It's just, again, it's really shit entries. There's, like, really nothing of value.
There's 750, half of the previous bull bar.
If we could pull back one more time to this yellow zone 37, I would take that retrace again, but at this point, guys, real tough, real tough. We already got that 37 pullback over here. Gold's trying to give us that entry, so we're just going to wait. Really not much A+ wise. Naz, man, such strength today, dude. Give me 730 again. Damn, NASDAQ? That's wild. Look at that, man. It's continuing and continuing. 63 next target to the upside on NASDAQ. Gold chopping around, getting close to our entry point. So here's that blue zone we had marked out earlier. Leo, I don't know if you're still here on YouTube. But this is the point that you were watching for. So we be careful here.
Come on. Hit my limit order. For some reason my DOM data is not working right, but at least I have
It's because of Twitter.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. ES and Q. Come on, something. Somebody give me something. 10-12 left.
760 tapped. Whole bar is 768 exactly.
They pulled those sell orders to the upside on NASDAQ at 63. Want to see a pullback towards 30 area, 40 area.
When I say full bar, I'm talking about this 5-minute bar here on market. This is on QQQ though.
Yeah, I definitely need this pullback on NASDAQ. That will be our good long setup today.
When you get a bullish engulfing bar like that, and then you get the Tootsie Roll I called out, technically a doji, but not really, because it's got a nice full body. The higher probability trade is repeating that bullish engulfing bar above the midline of that Tootsie Roll. That's typically a very fast way to find the target.
Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll setup, that's funny.
I guess we could call it that.
That's what you're calling it.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I'm waiting for NASDAQ to pull back on here. Gold also trying to move towards our entry point. So we got a few things running for us. We can be patient.
What was that movie, Superstar? The
Uh,
lady on the piano, like the kids were doing some dance moves or whatever.
I'm not that good of a movie guy.
I don't know what you call it, but if I call it, you better figure it out. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. You remember? Funny ass movie.
Gold trying to move lower again here.
I'm a little older. Yeah, me too.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing good today. Staying patient right now. Markets haven't really been giving us the best of setups. We do have new low a day on the VIX, which is bullish on ES and NQ. ES has some nice support built up under it as well. Any targets to the upside on ES? 65. That's about it.
I actually got an injury on my mountain bike last week.
What happened?
Made me feel old. I slipped a pedal after dropping off of a 6-foot retaining wall.
Oh, jeez. What are you doing? Stunts?
Yeah, I just dropped off the wall.
Nice. Oh boy.
There's this retaining wall in my neighborhood where it's just basically dropped to flat, and usually I can land it pretty nicely. Like, you hardly
Usually.
hear my bike when I land it. For some reason this time, I guess I had my left foot just slightly too back on the pedal, and it slipped. But my pedals had a lot of grip, so when it slipped under a lot of force, and it sprained my big toe.
Oh. It's a good thing you don't need your big toe to trade.
Nope. Kind of hurts to walk though.
Nas continuing. Next target on Nasdaq 780. About 20 points away still. Another 20 points. I want to get a pullback though towards 37 so I get an entry on 37 and target that 80 target. Now we might break 80 before we even get that. Let's see. But what if he did use big... Yo, Trader Ted, you got a good point there. If you use your big toe to enter and exit your trades...
You know, if I didn't have any arms, I'd probably have to.
That's a good point. Use your
I
nose...
probably wouldn't do much mountain biking without arms.
you know what? For trading, you would use your nose and you would use like a Steam Deck.
Tuck it like a chicken.
Yo, right? That's funny. Come on, gold, give me something. Oil's just garbage. It's gold and Nasdaq I'm waiting on right now. ES has been choppy. Nas has more relative strength. Equities have been trying to climb.
Move the mouse with your tongue and click it with your nose. Yeah. That's starting to sound a little bit too, yeah.
Come on, Nas, pull this back.
They're going to stick a highway right here to 768. Fill my order, and then I can go home for the day.
Alright, gold trying to dive. 43. They pulled the 44 orders.
Nope, they just rejected 6-2 like no other.
Yeah, I got resistance up here on ES, so I would like to at least see a pullback here. Like, we have resistance. I want to see that 37 get hit on Nas. Because that's also below the previous 5-minute low. So I know a lot of people who are chasing these longs with the stop loss at that low, they're going to get stopped out.
I wouldn't short here because it's not a break yet.
Yeah, no shorts.
If we do print a wick up to 768 though, we might get a good short opportunity.
Let's see.
That's where I plan to close my runner, so
Nice.
it makes sense.
Very good.
Come on, throw a high wave at it. You know you wanna.
I know, we're going to get another pop right here, watch. No, equities are sort of turning except for Tesla. Be a little careful.
Freaking tear all of a sudden.
Yeah. Went from 305 to 310.
I think 315 is the retracement
There you go. Beautiful.
for the fib level, not the halfback, the fib level retracement.
Gotcha.
Halfback's already done at 310.
22 seconds left on this 5-minute. Do we have any low volume shelves on ES? We don't have, like, anything, man. Like, anything. Maybe 49 here? Where's that? 49 to, like, 48? Is that right here? 48 to 49. A little bit of a low volume shelf here on the RTH. Other than that, we're really not seeing much. NASDAQ, okay, low volume shelf NASDAQ at 47.
This feels like the old pop and drop bear flag happening here. So if you look at the 30-minute chart, you'll see what I mean.
See, the 30-minute on NASDAQ, I was bullish because of that basing we had down there. And that sort of, it did give us a nice rally into the market open. But I see what you're saying, like how we're sort of flagging. We are still making lower highs if we ended up stalling out here.
Right. They pop volume, bulls chase it, and they short up.
Yeah.
Typical Wall Street move.
Typical
Bums.
Wall Street move. Typical hedge funds. Alright, let's see if NASDAQ wants to give us an entry around 50. I'm looking for 50, 47.
That's why I'm cool with Tuttle Cap, because he's kind of the opposite of Wall Street. He hates seeing the little guy get burned.
Yeah, that's cool. Alright, equities are pulling back right here. Let's be patient. Let's be careful. Amazon dropping lower. So's Apple. So's Microsoft. Meta's trying to hold. Tesla's trying to hold. Nvidia's trying to hold. So equities are up in the air right now.
Comes that pop. The
Yep.
sucker's bet.
Not much resistance above us here. Gotta be a little careful. No way we get another pop without a pullback again.
I think, like, anybody who's trying to go along here is trying to hit the Globex, and they're not going to give it to them.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Yup. Somebody say something?
My dog was barking.
Oh. He's telling you to get in a trade.
My wrist is him saying, get out, get out.
Yeah, right. I want to see Nas up here. I might take this long on NASDAQ off this low volume shelf, seeing that the momentum has just been continuous.
There we go. Give me that pop. Come on, 4 points, you bums. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Gimme got shot. Alright, let's see. Sort of flagging out here on the 5-minute where we're struggling at this 52 on ES. 2 minutes left for the 5 minutes to close. We got some time to be patient for it. Amazon trying to hold VWAP. Tesla with a little bit of a rejection. Microsoft trying to hold up higher too. So equities are back on the bull side for the most part, except for Apple right now. VIX pushing lower. That's still a bullish signal. There we go. Another new high on NASDAQ.
Give me 4 points, give me 4 points, mister. Give me 4 points.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Now we gotta get this 48 pullback. Come on now. Come on now. 48 pullback, target 80. Entry 51. Stop loss
And
44.
that setup takes us right to 6-8. See ya.
Nice.
Ding, fries are done. Bam, order filled.
Nice.
Yeah. That was
Huge.
glorious.
Wow, look at that. Look at that. Gold. Dude, gold wicked my alert.
Ding. Let me
Good
zoom
morning.
out and get a screenshot of that one. That was beautiful. Right at the top of that sucker.
Look at that. VIX dropping lower. My only thing is Apple's selling off right now. It's the only equity selling off other than Amazon. Amazon and Apple are pulling back. Other than that, Microsoft's pushing higher, Meta's pushing higher, Tesla, Nvidia pushing higher. Nvidia new high of day.
Alright, I've cleaned out the buffet. It's time to go home.
Cleaned out the buffet. What time is it? 10:30 at least? 10:24? Oh man. Come on, Mark. Give me a good setup so I can wrap things up here because I got a Futures Fever show to get ready for.
Funny that you mentioned AI buy. I'm still long AI. in an options position.
Nice.
Starting to move off now. It needs to break out above 25.50, I think, before it really hits the momentum I need to get it above, where's the target, 26.80, and then reversion target's like 32.50.
Yeah. I'm still looking for 51 as a pullback. I don't know if we pull back all the way there anymore.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, how much does Bookmap cost monthly if all I care about is NQES futures? So it would be, I think it's $80 for the Bookmap Global Plus, nice spike for Global Plus, and then it's so Global Plus $80, Global is $40, and then you have to buy the data for it too. So because you only care about ES and NQ, the data pack you would get is just CME group, or CME, not the group where it bundles everything. But CME, that's $40 too. So you're looking at about $80 a month if you get Global and ES and NQ. Do we continue here, man? This is nuts. NASDAQ not giving me my entry. I'm gonna head down to the NASDAQ right now, guys.
Right.
And I'm gonna set a few people straight.
Behind the scenes, though, I mean, the play that's in the works on QQQ at least is still a measured move that hasn't been hit. I'll post a screenshot right here.
Sure. Yo, you got it, Flux.
So 550 is my measured move target on this. The gold liquidity zone you see between the two moves is the previous all-time high liquidity zone. And then we've got this rounding top, and I do not short rounding tops.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got a target that hasn't been hit yet.
Bro, I'm more annoyed with myself that I wasn't in NASDAQ longs at market open off of that 30-minute close. Our pre-market analysis of that 30-minute closing bullish was beautiful. I didn't have the follow-through on my execution with it.
Yeah. I mean,
Nice.
it's still a bear flag.
Wow,
It'll
look
still be
at
a
this.
bottom drop bear flag, but for now, momentum doesn't give a damn about it.
Yeah, nah, this is bull all the way right now. We're just gonna wait. Still just gotta wait. Maybe, hey guys, you know what? I'm going to be on 11:30 to 12:30 on Futures Fever on Benzinga. If the market's giving me a good pullback between those hours, I'm going to take that trade live and you guys could still join me there too. So there's still an opportunity.
Way to be.
Trump claims, he just posted, he made a trade deal with Vietnam. Didn't know that was one we were really working on right now.
There were a lot of tech companies that moved their factories to Vietnam. Like, Beijing used to be so smoggy you could barely see the buildings. Now it's clear. But Hanoi is like the new Beijing. It's like you can't see the buildings anymore, so...
Alright, here's that support on NASDAQ at 79. Quick pullback, quick push higher from it. Dude, this thing's just nuts right now. Oh my god. I don't see you go long up here and it pulls back on you, right? So we want to be patient regardless. But right now, Nvidia's making new highs. Apple's finally back bullish again.
I'm good with my position.
Volume's pushing higher with price. Things are still bullish. No doubt about it. Really needed us to pull back towards 51 though. About 40-point pullback, and NASDAQ's just still skyrocketing. Look at that, 10 points away from 22,800.
Tesla almost hit that 315 retracement target. It got to 314 and 44 cents.
Nice. Oil, nothing. Gold, still didn't hit our entry point.
But it printed a 1-minute Busby right there too, so... And again, if you've never heard of a Busby before, go look it up on our YouTube channel. Sig made a video about it a few years ago. It's an actual thing that he named, because there was really nothing else to call it. I tend to call it a 3-bar, but same.
I'd tend to call it an OPP, but you know me, so...
Yeah. Yeah, you know me.
All right, I want maybe 80 as a pullback. It's just we're so extended up here, man, but we're just keep continuing. Definitely no shorts up here. We don't want to short a big trend like this, but obviously we missed some decent buying opportunities.
Don't want no shorts. Sorry.
Don't want no pants. Gonna trade in my underwear. Then I'm gonna do a dance. Look at that, oil had a big spike lower. That was on that headline of the U.S. making a deal with Vietnam. Nas with another spike higher, probably? My goodness. Weighted index continuing. We're just going to continue. That is absurd. ES, any low volume shelves? Finally, something. Oh my goodness. Took long enough. Between 52 and 54 on ES. 52 and 54. This is where I'm looking for a pullback on ES right now. So ES or NQ, both given good opportunities if we can pull back to those areas.
It gunned for the Globex and got it. I'll be damned.
This is wild, man. That is insanity.
They like Charles Bronson that thing.
They like Halliburton this thing. Where my basketball fans at?
The old joke is Charles Bronson could walk into a McDonald's and ask for a Whopper, and he would get one.
That's funny. That's a good one. Yes, good momentum behind it. Would like to see a pullback towards this low volume area around 55 to about 53. I have a key level at 52. 52.25. So if we come back real quick, hit 52, find some support, I would take this long, stop loss at the low we just created, target new high a day. We still have pre-market highs we have to hit too, which are all the way up here, 62.70 on ES, right? NASDAQ took out those highs already. ES is far from them.
Even NVIDIA might rebound here. You know, let me see if there's a swing trade opportunity here.
It like melted into the carpet.
That is one of the big companies that moved some production into Vietnam.
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 Right, let's
I
see.
said it with a nam, didn't I? Vietnam. Yeah.
7-2.
Romeo, look. Romeo! Wake up.
All right.
Romeo, yeah, you must be asleep. I'm gonna give you some water. You must be fucking so asleep.
I'm just, you know what it is, guys. Markets are giving me a whole lot of nothing right now. So I'm going to put together a little bit of a slideshow for our Futures Fever segment today. Do some slides on what's Apex Trader funding, but we'll probably do it a little different. So most Futures Fever sessions, I'll start with the slides, go over some Apex Trader funding, and then do market analysis. This time I might flip it and do the market analysis first, and then do some of the slides. They do have a major sale running right now. That's great. They have 80% off. That sale ends. Let's see. Apex's sale ends. Very good sale. July 8th. They've paid out how much? How much have they paid out? I like mentioning how much they paid out. They paid out like $530 million in the past 3 years. How crazy is that?
Nice.
Right? Like wild. $521 million since 2022. Good buying pressure. Obviously, buyers have momentum today. A lot of momentum. We had the bias right from pre-market. I took that one stupid trade on NASDAQ shorts up here that I shouldn't have. Probably should have looked to buy the dip, if anything, but that's all right, guys. We just got to take it for what it is, journal it, and make sure tomorrow we don't make that same mistake. Make sure tomorrow we execute better, right? All about patience, consistency, and showing up. Oil had a big dip to the downside on that news candle, that news situation. Now it's holding 65.40 pretty strong. 65.40. I'm going to see if it wants to move into 65.40 again to hold. There we go. I was going to say oil looks like it wants to reverse off that 65.40 really. Yo, exhausted trader, that's what the market's doing right now. It's just climbing and climbing. It's not pulling back. It's just straight up. A pullback would be nice. Go bull, go bull, go bull.
I wonder if Intel Corp is ever going to catch up to the rest of the crowd with the AI move. And with the quantum computing stuff, for that matter. Honestly, I think they need to fire their entire upper management before they do anything good.
Yeah, and so I don't know about firing their upper management, but definitely getting some type of new members on the board, some type of creative director, anything that would help them in the AI division, because like you said, they're really lacking, way behind AMD, way behind Nvidia.
Yeah, they are sucking seawater at this point.
I thought you said sucking seawater. I was like, what? And Q said forget about the stairs. Yo, seriously, man. Guys, just go long at any point today and you'll win.
Right.
Aggressive buying. We might spike again. I'm not even joking. We might spike again here. I'm not taking this. I'll never buy the highs. You'll never find me buying the highs. Even if it plays out, I just can't. Just can't do it. Can't do it, won't do it. Won't do it, can't do it. Rather take my small loss for the day. Right down 270 today, was up 580 yesterday. As long as we keep our winners, our green days bigger than our losing days, we could stay consistent. We could stay cool, calm, and collected with it. 10:37, guys. Markets are trying their best to hold. I'd much prefer a pullback before we continue. But 37 is the next target. This was a major area of resistance yesterday. 37, 837 on NASDAQ. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, boys and girls.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Holy hell. There's actually open interest in August 19th expiration.
Come on, give us that 790.
Someone's built a hell of a spread there.
It's not you?
I'm looking at Intel. It's not me. Looking at the 3540 spread all the way out to September 19th expiration. There's like volume of 10,000 in the open interest on that spread.
Yeah. Let's see. Flux from YouTube says, do you usually stop trading after one loss a day? No, so I took two small losses today. I think I took NASDAQ. I took a NASDAQ short over here in this resistance point. That was a loss. And then then I tried a NASDAQ long. That one was break even. But at this point, sometimes I'll regulate my trading, whether I take another trade or not, based off of the price action, right? So right now I took those two losses, or at least one loss, one break even. And I'm able to say, okay, well, at this point, markets aren't giving me a pullback still. Things aren't setting up the way I like to see them in my favor. I'm going to either stay patient or I'm not going to take another trade. Yep, Leo, you got it. Lock out, live to trade another day. If market conditions that aren't in our favor today, then guess what? Market conditions are always changing. They could be in our favor tomorrow. But you don't want to blow your account today and then not be able to trade tomorrow. A lot of people will try to jump the gun or try to take every trade they see, especially if they're on an Apex or Top Step or funded account, because they're like, oh, I got to make my money back. I took a loss. The market conditions weren't good. I got to chase it. They take another loss, and it all adds up. Yo, Leo, Flux, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Make sure you guys join Futures Fever today. Drop some questions in the chat in the when we get started. Keep the conversations running. Any questions you guys have, and like I said, we'll probably do like some supply and demand trading and whatnot. I like this 800 retest on NASDAQ here. We waited long enough for a pullback to a low volume shelf. We might as well stay patient. VIX moving lower though.
Damn, can't buy the short leg back.
I feel like it's going to pop again. Like, what are the odds that we do want to pull back here? But, again, buying these highs is very difficult. I would take the long here at this 802. Stop loss around 97, the low we just created. Really looking for a momentum trade on this. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come on now. Another leg, and I'm going to get out. Nice. All right, I'm going to get out there, and it's a little momentum. 140 on that, just a small scalp because my stop loss was super tight. And now I made back half of my loss. Right now I'm only down 140 on the day. It's just about monitoring our trades, using what we see in front of us. And what I saw in front of me was this big bid sitting here on NASDAQ. I saw NASDAQ has just continuously climbed higher today, so the odds are definitely in the bulls' favor. So I took it. Is this a trade that I should have taken earlier throughout the whole day? Absolutely. But you know what? We can't go back. We can only go forward. And that's how we got to remain consistent and stay ahead of the game. It's like a goody solly. A goot solly. See any headlines coming up? No major headlines. Glad we were able to scalp that back a little bit. Oil. Look at that oil, man. That was a nice pump right there. Oil, remember guys, something like oil, we took out previous day high already, and now we're trading back above our open price. So we would be looking to be bullish on something like oil. But look how low the volume is. Look at these volume bubbles, guys. These are extremely small. This huge one, 1,200 volume there. And then all these small ones, 8, 4, 17, 43, 31, but 1,200 over here. That could be our pullback entry right there, 65.60. Gold range bound, NASDAQ ES still sort of rounding top almost on this 5-minute right here. Weighted index a little weak. YouTube, hit that like button. And join me for Futures Fever. Let me get that post out there for YouTube so you guys have the link to that as well. Because guys, don't forget
to try and push that.
Yeah, Tesla trying to hold. It's having trouble. That's crazy. Look at this key level I have on Tesla. This purple level, 34.67. Look at that resistance point right there. So we could see if we could squeeze. Apple also giving us very tight price action. Look at this, guys. Now, this is something else that sort of was against me today on the NASDAQ longs, and that's that Apple has been really struggling to continue trend. It trended until about 950, and then it was very range-bound. The other equities, sort of the same deal, except NVIDIA started trending at 10. It trended from market open for 10 minutes. Then it was range-bound. So equities all tried to go bullish at some point today, but barely in correlation with each other. And it's when they are correlated with each other that Apple's pushing higher, Microsoft's pushing higher, that I have good certainty in continuation on something like the NASDAQ. There we go. ES popping. Alright, here we go.
I was starting to short it.
Nice, yay!
Finally, a good break.
Finally, a good pullback. ES. Oh, ES just hit our entry area. I'm not going to take it just yet because this could still pull back even harder.
That's half the move and it's wicking there, so.
Yeah, I like ES down here. Near 54, stop loss 52. If we could dip again, I'm looking for ES longs now, guys. Weighted index with some weakness.
You setting up a break for an MM.
You want to get some M&Ms?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see new high a day on ES after we get our entry. Come on, dip into that 53 area. This low volume shelf right here. We're getting into it. We're getting close.
Missed my entry, damn it.
All right, we hit it. I'm taking it on ES. It didn't fill me.
There we go.
Oh, dude, come on, fill me. 54. Fill me at 54.50. Come on now. 54.50. Oh, dude. Tick away. This reaction, though, to this zone, man, I like it. Oh, fuck.
Half back and you know it.
I missed my entry. Let's see. We got a minute here. Come on, give me a little pullback. Give me my entry. Man, that is wild. No way. No, we got to get our entry here, guys. Ain't no way. That's
They're
huge.
grabbing liquidity off that bear bar there.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what it was, because our point of control is still moving higher, too.
Yep.
Come on, drop us lower on this 5 again. Let me get my fill on these longs. I have my entry now at 54.75, right? Sort of, so if this candle goes red for a second, it'll fill me. Stop loss around 52. I might want to modify this and make this just one contract. Let's play it a little safe. Wow.
Love that gift.
No way we were that patient for the market to give us our entry and my entry point wasn't there. Come on now. Nah. Because you know what it is, the 5 minute tapped it, and then this other 5 minute tapped it too, so that second test would have been should have been my entry point had I had more trust in it. But we're going to wait, 234 left on this. Buyer stepped back in.
Watch the 5 minute close with Bullish and Golfing Bar.
Yeah, right? That's what I want to see. Come on, give me a pullback, though. 220 left on this 5 minute. Pull back towards my zone. I want to get my entry around 54.75, and it's not giving it, guys. Look at those buyers, bro. It's ridiculous. I'm going to have to start my trade at some point over here, because clearly we got that direction now. Waited for, bro. That's wild. NASDAQ. Oh, my God. Yes, come on now. Wow.
My most favorite bear trap meme right there. I love that one.
She's teasing. Leo, you see this, man? It didn't even tease. It gave us our entry, and I didn't have the cojones to enter it down there, man. Should have been patient. I should have took it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda is not a strategy, though. It's a great key level, great low volume shelf down there. There's just so much in our favor. We have a minute 30 left. I'm just going to wait.
It takes huevos to enter that one.
15-minute closes in 11 minutes. Yo, Kyle, kill it, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amazing. No, be careful. They're pulling orders right now on ES. Expect some volatility here. Yeah, right to a new high a day. Bro, market, I'm gonna cry if you didn't give me my entry. Well, it did give me my entry. I swear, guys, man, oh man, that's alright. We saw the play. Almost hit the play. We'll get it next time.
Oh, even Bitcoin's threatening a breakout here.
Oh, yo, even oil. Check this out on oil. Tested that 60 area, that big bid, and it tried to hold.
That's very funny, man.
Damn, ES and NQ, dude, breaking my heart right now. Preaching about being patient, and then I was too patient. Right to this low volume shelf. Right in it. Right over here. A double bottom in it. Oh my god. It's going to take profit. It's not going to give us a re-entry. I'll look to buy a dip on this candle if we could get one. I almost want to buy this dip right here looking for continuation. But like, buying the highs, man, is never in my trade book.
Don't do the buy high, sell higher?
Yeah, buy high, sell higher. Sell low, buy high.
Yeah.
But I think it goes right to new high a day here, guys. We trapped a lot of sellers on that. They're going to be stopping out at that new high a day break.
Yeah, they're gonna get squoze.
Come on, give me a little pump.
Come on. Just a little more.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bump.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. VIX trying to move higher. Weighted index moving higher. Want to see this pump. I am in one ES contract. I don't like calling out scalps like that because I don't want you guys trying to go too heavy, or if it stops out immediately, I don't want you guys taking a trade that I don't find is an A+ setup. There we go. And I'm going to get out there into some strength. Again, just knocking down the loss from today. Right now I'm only down $35. That is a fantastic little comeback there. Went from negative 270 to now only negative 30 on a few small scalps in market conditions that aren't in my favor. Again, we missed this great trade right here. It happens. Sometimes it's going to happen. Sometimes we're going to make those trades and it's going to be great. Sometimes we're going to miss them. I hope somebody here was able to take it. Market was choppy. I'm all done. Nice, dude. Ozzy. I almost called you Boston. Ozzy, bro. Kill it, dude. Been doing great on your new account, man. I want to see you get that funded. I want to see you back on the funded account, bro. Nvidia new high a day. I'm sorry, NASDAQ new high a day. Nvidia did make new high a day too. It was equities that helped me catch that scalp higher because Nvidia, Microsoft, all had very green candles on that last candle with good volume stepping in. So I was looking for continuation on at least 2 strong equities. Even Meta too, 3 strong equities continuation. Was able to confidently take a little scalp there. Again, recognizing that now as market conditions, that's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. Guys, it is 10:52. I'm going to be wrapping up the stream there. Jeremy, thank you for popping in today. Always cool to have you in here. Guys, make sure you join me on Futures Fever in about 30-40 minutes. It's going to be real cool. Do some giveaways, go over some market context. And if markets are giving us a setup, I will happily take some live trades with you guys there too. So, cool stuff. Link is in the Discord. Link is also on the YouTube chat as well. Alright, take care everybody. Peace out.
Yeah.
Alright, later YouTube. I'm gonna see you guys in a few minutes. See you over there in 40. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you drop a comment. Show some support for me. I do appreciate it. And like I said, I got that new Benzinga show coming up on Thursdays. Probably not this week.